Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have an Aldi haul for you. All right, if you're new here, hi, I'm Claire. Welcome, come on in, make yourselves comfortable. Are you curious what other people buy and eat? Because that seems to be the only reason you would be interested in watching this video. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you what I bought at Aldi for the week. I do grocery shop once a week, usually. Once in a while, I'm going more than one time because I forget things or I get some grand idea to make some recipe that I have no ingredients for. But for the most part, I shop weekly. Once in a while, I do go places like Sam's Club. It is also worth noting that we grow a lot of our own produce and we also like raise chickens and stuff. So when I go every week, like if something crazy is on sale, I'll load up on, chicken breasts or whatever, or salmon. Other weeks, I'm not buying any meat, so it kind of varies, from week to week. But this is a really, I guess, normal sort of snapshot of what we buy in a week. My loose sort of budget is around $100 a week. Sometimes it's way less if I've got, a bunch of stuff left over, or if we've just harvested 100 squash. 100, not really 100, maybe like 10, but you know what I mean. I try to keep it around $100. This week I spent $109, which is pretty good. It balances out throughout the month, but I will be giving you prices for each thing as we go along. And with that, let's jump right into it. Number one, first thing, almond milk. I love how cheap almond milk is at Aldi. I always get the unsweetened vanilla, and this is for my morning smoothies. If you've watched my other Aldi hauls, this is basically always in it. It's only $2.39. I remember back in the day when it was like under $2, but oh well, everything's more expensive right now. But it is a good deal compared to like pre-made sort of smoothies. It's way easier to just throw protein powder in some almond milk for me, and that's what I do. Next, for $2.19, I picked up some garlic breadsticks. I do most of my cooking from scratch. However, I have a very picky child who loves like a frozen garlic bread moment. And I decided to try these ones for $2.19. I thought that wasn't like a terrible deal, especially because my husband's grandmother is coming for the weekend and I wanted to plan like a nice little dinner that was kind of like low stress for me because I just have like so much going on. I know I'm not gonna wanna cook all day tomorrow, So I'm doing breadsticks, and with that, I'll just show you what we got for the meal. For $4.99, I picked up this manicotti. I don't do the like pre-made like packaged foods that often from Aldi, but every time I do, I'm always pleasantly surprised. It's like when I see these, I'm always like, I could make those for less than $5. It's like a brain thing. However, I just don't have the time right now. And this is gonna be the perfect thing, especially because like they're vegetarian. So if you're not like super meat eater person, the spinach and cheese manicotti for $5, it's a perfect meal. And because we do have some meat eaters, I also got meatballs. So I grabbed these Italian style meatballs in mild. They're in with like the fresh food. These were $3.89. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the spinach and cheese manicotti. I do have like a bunch of like tomato sauce that I made myself that I keep in the freezer. So we'll put some of that on top, and then we'll also have the meatballs, and then we'll have the breadsticks on the side. I'm not gonna lie, my oldest son is probably just going to eat breadsticks, and that's gonna be his whole meal. He won't eat any of this other stuff, but like, what are you gonna do, right? I'll give him the option, but I know he will absolutely say no. For that meal tomorrow night for my husband's grandma, we are also going to include one of these bagged salads. I actually love their bagged salads, the chopped ones, like the kits, because it comes with everything you need in there. And I just love that makes it like so hassle-free. And I like all of them, but the Asian chopped one I think is my favorite. I also really love I think it's like a poppy seed dressing one. That one is also really good. Next, for $1.95, I got these American cheese singles, which is such a good deal compared to like a Kraft single. Honestly, I don't need a ton of this cheese, but when I'm having a burger, it's gotta be American cheese. Like I don't care, just, it has to be American. It could be the fanciest, most expensive cheese, and I would still choose an American sliced single on a burger. I just think that that is the elite flavor combo. So I think we've got burgers on deck this week. Yeah, so I had to get some cheese. Next, for $3.59, I picked up these pork egg rolls. These are also in the same section where I got the manicotti, like the prepared kind of like convenience foods. These are so good. You pop these in the air fryer and they do not take very long, and they are so good. They really do taste like they're from like your favorite American Chinese sort of restaurant. And they're way cheaper than getting an order at a restaurant. So I do buy these every once in a while. My husband really loves them. This will definitely, I think, be more like a late night snack. Maybe we're gonna watch probably a spooky movie or something and we'll snack on the egg rolls. Next, for $2.99, I picked up this box of frozen French toast sticks. My oldest son loves a French toast stick, so on the weekends or once in a while during the week, I'll just pull out the French toast sticks and he gets very happy about that. So probably not the most balanced breakfast, definitely full of sugar, but it does have 5 grams of protein. So, you know, we're gonna take the win on that. Next, for $2.79, I got some Gouda. I like to get some not normal cheese, not normal, you know what I mean? It's not they're like regular blocks of Swiss and Colby Jack. I basically just look down the cheese aisle and anything that starts with a 2 instead of a 3, which still is very affordable for fun cheese, I look at it and then I pick one. And today I picked Gouda from the Emporium selection. Honestly, I've never had a bad cheese at Aldi. I think that their selection is really varied and really affordable. You can put a really good snacking board together with their cheeses. So this week we're gonna have a little Gouda. Next, for $3.50, I picked up these grapes. They were $1.55 a pound, so a really good deal this time of year. And they're the big and juicy. You know, when you see a sad grape, especially at Aldi, you know, sometimes the produce is a little eh. Today it was good, so I picked these up. Next, for $1.79, I picked up some goat cheese. I don't know how Aldi makes their goat cheese so cheap. It's never that cheap anywhere else you go in any brand. What are they doing? Why is it so cheap? I don't know, but it's really, really good. I spread it on all sorts of things. I love goat cheese, and you cannot beat that price. And speaking of cheese, I also got this lovely burrata, in its liquid. And you know, when I see a 50% off sticker, you know, I gotta get down on that. So I think I paid, what did I pay? $2.44 for this burrata. And this is definitely something I will slice open and maybe eat on some of my homemade toast, like a sourdough loaf. I also like to eat it with eggs. I'll do a piece of toast with burrata or fresh mozzarella and eggs on top. It's one of my favorite breakfasts. So that will definitely get eaten this week. Next, for $14.99, which is the most expensive thing I bought today, I got this big bag of shrimp. And that is a lot to spend on meat, on shrimp, on protein. But honestly, for 2 pounds, it's a really good deal. And I always look, because there's so many shrimp varieties there. You have Argentinian and pre-cooked. Some are shelled, some are not. Some are in big bags, some are in little bags. But if you look at the price tag, they do have in little teeny tiny font at the bottom, they'll tell you what the price is per ounce. And I always choose what the cheapest thing is per ounce. That's the best deal. That's what I'm gonna do. So even though I spent $15, this was the cheapest per ounce, and they are peeled and they're raw, which is my preference, to have a raw shrimp. So also, if you watched my rice cooker video last week, I saw these and I was like, I wanna try shrimp in the rice cooker. So that's my adventure for this week, is to give that a go. And speaking of the rice cooker video, I also bought some edamame. This bag was $2.49 and it's frozen and it's shelled, which is nice. And if you watch that video, if you haven't seen it, I will leave a link to it down below, where I made all these meals in my rice cooker. I made this salmon bowl that was so delicious, and I thought this really needed some edamame. So when I saw it there, I was like, okay, this week maybe we'll try a shrimp bowl in the rice cooker and we'll put some frozen edamame in there. I think that's gonna be really good. Next, for $2.95, I picked up this box of club crackers. And my oldest son will tell you that club crackers are the elite cracker that exists. They are better than all other crackers. They're buttery, they're crispy, they're the best. And honestly, I kind of agree with him. Club crackers are the elite cracker. Although I am partial to a Triscuit, but I'm the only one in the house, so we always go for club crackers. Next, for $1.95, I got some bagels. My youngest son, he loves a bagel in the morning with peanut butter. That's his breakfast almost every day, is milk and a bagel with peanut butter. So I pretty much always have to keep bagels on deck or he's very sad in the morning. Next, for $2.75, I got this korma curry sauce. I love the jarred Indian sauces they have. I mean, they have lots of different sauces that are good, but I especially like the Indian ones. They have a tikka masala and a butter chicken and the korma. Korma is my favorite. And what I love about this is that it does all the work for you. I love a jarred sauce, you guys. Normally I'll do it in my crock pot. I'll just throw a bunch of chicken thighs in there. I'll put this on top. And then at the end of the day, I have a really hearty, delicious amazingly spiced meal that I like don't have to try hard at all. So I always keep a couple of these around when I'm just like not feeling like cooking and I don't have any ideas and I'm not inspired. I'm like, jar sauce night. Next for $3.49, I picked up some non-fat Greek yogurt, vanilla flavored. This is for my oldest son and this is the only type he will have. If you try to sneak a different type of yogurt in there, he's like, no, I can tell this is wrong. This isn't what I want. He only eats this kind. And so fine, whatever, at least it's not that expensive. And he started taking yogurt in his lunch now as like his main protein source, the Greek yogurt. And that leads me to the next item we have, which are the Benton's chocolate chip cookies, which are like the Aldi version of a Chips Ahoy. These were $2.49, and what he really likes, he really loves the flips by, I think Chobani makes them, where they have like the cookies in one half and the yogurt in the other, and he loves those. So I just get the yogurt, and I have this little container that I got on Amazon that has like a little cup that screws to the bottom of it. So I pack his lunch and I pack him the yogurt in it, and then I crush up some cookies in the bottom, and that way he can like make his own, and it's way, way, way cheaper than buying those flips. Like I save a ton of money doing that, and he still gets exactly what he wants in his lunch. And he gets like that boost of protein, and yeah, that keeps everyone happy. Next for $2.69, I got this tub of cottage cheese. I am a huge cottage cheese fan. I always thought that cottage cheese was gross and bad and weird looking until TikTok showed me actually that you can make a lot of really good stuff out of cottage cheese. And if you want to see the video I made where I showed some of my favorite cottage cheese recipes, I will leave a link to it down below because it's actually an incredibly versatile ingredient. It's really affordable and it's really high in protein. So maybe if you haven't had cottage cheese in a while, you should get some. Next for $1.89, I picked up some of this ravioli. This is the ricotta and spinach. I also really like to get the tortellini that comes in these little packs. I made some of those in the rice cooker and they turned out really good. So I think this week I want to give these a try in the rice cooker. I don't know. I mean, I could also just boil them on the stove. It's not that big of a deal. But they're good and they're so affordable. And this is also like an easy meal. You don't have to try that hard, which, you know, suits me really well. So got those. Next for $2.67, of course I got a gallon of milk. Honestly, we go through like 2 gallons a week. My youngest son still would drink milk instead of eating food. He's 7 and he still just loves a glass of milk. I also make a latte almost every single day. So we go through a lot of milk. Our preference is 2%. Next for $5.49, I picked up these hash browns. This is not a normal purchase for me. Also, that's kind of a lot of money, but like, I don't know, I just had this thought that I'm like trying to challenge my oldest son to like get out of his comfort zone because he really only eats like 5 foods and it's very frustrating for everybody. And I was like, okay, like this is so French fry, like maybe we can introduce a hash brown. In the past, that's not worked out, but I just had all this hope at Aldi today that this might work. So I got some, so we'll see. I don't know what we're gonna do with them, but that's my idea. Next for $2.65, I got this protein granola. I really prioritize protein in my way of eating. So anytime I can find a way to like add a little bit here and there, I really try to. This has 10 grams of protein per serving. It looks really delicious and more like a dessert item, which I'm always down for. So I thought I'd give it a try. I've never had it before, but it looks good. Next, I got some pita bread and it was 50% off, so I only paid $1.24 for it. This is the whole wheat flax oat bran, whatever. So, you know, a little on the grainy side, but that is my preference for bread. I like a chunky bread generally. I don't actually have a plan for these yet, which I need to make one because they're 50% off, which means like I gotta eat them soon. But you know, I'll sort it out. Next for 95 cents, I got a seedless cucumber. If you watch my channel, then this doesn't surprise you because I don't know if there's ever been an Aldi haul where I haven't bought one. I eat at least a few slices of cucumber every day of my life. I think it's like my favorite vegetable. It's one of my favorite vegetables. Next for $1.49, I picked up this bag of spinach. I always put a handful of spinach in my smoothie every morning. I also think a good hack for that too is you can put this in the freezer and then it's really good in a smoothie. I think that this is such a good price for something that's so nutrient dense. And also, like with the chopped salad, how those are kind of expensive, the salad kits, you can always buy like a spinach bag as well on top of it, and it will double the size of that salad without doubling the price. So you can always add spinach to things to like stretch it out a little bit, like a salad wise. So that's a good hack I like to have because that is really affordable for something that's so healthy. Next, for 99 cents a piece, I got 2 of these 3-pack of yeast because guys, I am baking all the time. My preference is sourdough, but I don't always have the time to spend on like an overnight proofing situation. And sometimes I just want a loaf of bread right now. So I got some yeast. Next, for $2.19, I got some sandwich bags. Not that exciting, but necessary. And for the same price, I got these gallon size bags. We really don't go through these like that often. I use stasher bags, like silicone bags, whenever I can because reusing things is always gonna be cheaper than buying more like disposable items. However, there are situations where like these are better, so I do keep them around when I need them. Next, for $1.39, I picked up the makeup removing cleansing towelettes from Lacura. These are the best, you guys. It actually shocked me when I went to like Target and looked at how much like a Neutrogena pack of makeup wipes was. Like, it really blew my mind because I'd been so spoiled by this price at Aldi that I had no idea that people were paying that much for makeup removing wipes. Seriously, if you go to Aldi for nothing else, get your makeup remover wipes there. They work great. My skin feels lovely. I use them every day. And the last thing I got, the biggest thing, but not the most expensive thing because of those shrimp, I got this big old bag of dog food. Both my dogs eat Aldi brand dog food. My dog Banjo, the boxer, he eats this like just regular dog food, and it is $14.49 for, I think it's 18 pounds. I don't know. 18.5 pounds, so that's a great deal. And then my little dog, little Sunday, she's a Boston Terrier. She does the grain-free one that Aldi has, which for like a similar size bag is like 20 bucks. She didn't need any food today. But I always get it there as well. And we've been really happy with that food for our dogs, especially the little lady who has like a dietary restriction. I love that I can get such inexpensive dog food that still is like meeting all of her needs. So for sure, check out the dog food there because it's a good deal. My dogs are super healthy and happy and are totally into it. So there you go. That's the week of groceries that I'm going to feed my family of 4 with. Again, I spent $109.12. And I think we got a lot of really good food. Obviously, as I said before, you know, we keep our freezer like stocked with meat, and we're pulling, honestly right now, it's just like the season of the squash. I have like, I don't know, 25 like butternut squash that I have to use. We have like potatoes and things coming from the garden. So I'm really able to supplement with those things, which is really, really helpful because groceries are so expensive, you guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this haul. Make sure you subscribe and come back for more content just like this. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!